move this out of the way. I gotta do that. I gotta do this. I know. Look, I'm a mess today. Lots going on. Hey, did you sleep? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community. Oops, we're over here. Of more than 20,000 foreign exchange traders. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term. Never risk money you cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne. Let me know how it can help. Ask questions, get involved, and you will be the recipient of something, hopefully. I'll give you what I got, even if it's only my best. Treat each other with dignity and respect. I'd appreciate that. The raison d'etre of these events is to teach you how to trade Forex. I want you to be not just disciplined or conservative. Sorry, I got to get my coffee going. Ooh. But I want you to be independent. That's why I pick on people every once in a while. They're like, Wayne, what do you think about gold? What the hell do you care? Okay? Now, I want you to be able to make your own decisions. And so I'm trying to teach you the proper technique so you can trade with or without me. Okay? So, hey, let me know how I can help you become the best trader you could possibly be. And I think that'll be cool. I think we'll probably be friends in that scenario. So there are many modalities of learning. I've stood on stage in front of many, many, many hundreds of people, and I've preached. I preach to teach. Sometimes I go on television, sometimes I write magazine articles, sometimes I write books, sometimes I do training webinars, sometimes I do live streams. Holy smokes, there's a lot of different modalities for learning. There's 6,000 videos on YouTube, maybe more, associated with my work. They're probably 10,000 hours. Those are not like 5-minute videos. They're hour and a half, 2-hour videos. So there's probably 10,000 hours of YouTube videos alone, totally for free. I want you to succeed. If you have a little bit of money, you can spend it on a book, Strategic and Tactical Forex Trading, or 65 hours of training videos for a whopping $88. You know, Wayne, how come it can't be cheaper? Look, you don't have $88, I can't help you. Get a job at 7-Eleven. Save your money. What else? Oh, there's a link in the description below to tradersway.com. Every single one of us, whether you got $10 or $1 million, you're going to need a foreign exchange broker with liquidity partners that can execute your trades quickly, get you a good spread, and get your trades actually into the market. Hey, a lot of Forex brokers are going to see your small account and just book you and trade against you. From what I've seen in the actions of Traders Way, that they don't trade against you. You're like, well, that's enough, Wayne. I know that's enough. That's unique. Tradersway.com. All the links to all those resources are in the description below. Now it's up to you. I've given you a call to action. Now you either do nothing like most people, or you step up and achieve your destiny. All right, so in the day trading group last night, I'm not joking. I'm in the middle of a discussion, planning out all of next week, and this occurs right here. USD yen drops 300 pips in 5 minutes. Oy vey. Holy smoke. So anyways, I had to scramble. Okay, even on here, it dropped. This is the support line we drew last week. And it dropped, it popped, and I caught a little snippy snap, and that's that. Now, one of the things in that moment is I don't like, and I said it right as I was ending, I don't like to trade this way because, and I think I used the example of, if the tsunami is going inland, you should run inland too. What I didn't realize in that moment, because I was coaching as it was falling, is it had fallen to the bottom, the previous bottom. And so that's kind of like it hit the mountains and was ebbing back. So, and the other funny thing is all of a sudden I started to trade on this account. I went, pachow, out. What? Pachow, out. I'm like, what the hell? And I checked the EA, and the EA was set at 15 pips. I don't know why. I don't know why the EA was set, my OCO EA was set at 15 pips. And the spread on USD yen in that moment, because of the volatility on a USD yen, was 15. Look at that. It's usually 2 or less. So like that was just craziness. So I'm like, what the hell? Who set the... Oh, I never trade with a 15 pip stop. So anyway, so I flipped it around and pachow. There we go. And so now, you know, and this, to show you, I don't know if it looks like much. Oops. Let's do it this way. It doesn't look like much, but I'll move my stop from break even. I can't see where that is now. What is this? Okay, that's 111 pips. That bottom there is 186 pips. That's 210 pips. 234. $250 pips, basically. There you go. 250 pips locked in. Amazing, huh? Amazing, this intervention. Just nutso. Nutso. Did anybody trade on Friday? I wouldn't say that it was easy money. Not at all. YouTube.com/Forex.Today. I'd like to know how you did on Friday. Or if you want, I can post this. Why don't I just post this? Hang on. Snip. Get my snipping tool. Snippity, snip, snip, snip. I guess this is good enough. Okay, and I will post that. I want you to comment and let me know how you did. So hang on. Suppose I have to open that up now. Hang on. I want to know how you did. Hang on. It's hard to live stream and do other things at the same time. All right, let me get that. Oh, you son of a... let me know how you did. I think it's this one. Okay. Oh, and then I got to... Where did it go? No, that's you. What happened to the other thing? Gee whiz, it's so hard to live stream sometimes. I guess it was here. Image. Drop it in. Guess we'll have to do that way. Okay, cool. So let me get you that. Let me know how you did either on Friday. Comment on the... Did it post? Where is it now? There we go. So what did it do? What? Where's the... Okay, that's the... Okay, that is the old one. So comment on that for Friday. But where's the new post? Jeez, Murphy. Do I have to do it again on the way up? I have to do it again? That's so stupid. Hang on. I guess I'm stupid. Just angry. What an angry old man. Guess. Okay. And I click post. Nothing happens. Anyways, let me know how you did. I'd like to see how you did. Cool. All right. The I don't know Fed pivots spooked the market Friday. What? All your dollar longs. Yeah, but that's what intervention does. Okay? That's what intervention does. Sorry. All right. So we'll let it do its thing. We'll let it do its thing. New lower low will take me out. That's fine. Just price action. Okay. All right. Guess we should pull up the calendar. Seasons roll on by, and I'm left behind. 20 dwarves. Okay, what's going on in the world today? Let's see. ECB still not on on Thursday. Hang on, there's something missing on this calendar. Not that's just they don't have it at all. How interesting. All right, let's get rid of low. All right, so let's take a look at the world today. We're going to get lots of inflation data. Already PMI is coming out of the Eurozone, and it's not good, of course. We have terrible European PMI, and the ECB is expected to jack up interest rates. It's really weird. Okay? Falling economic activity and interest rates going up. It's the opposite of what you would think, but that's the world we're in. Okay? So anyway, CPI on Tuesday, zipping over to kitty cat on, okay? Interest rate decision on Wednesday. Yeah. That's going to be a good one. Yes, they're going to jack up interest rates, but then we're much more interested in what are they going to do next, because a high interest rate should already be priced in. Okay, so it's more like, are they going to continue going? Like if Fed goes to 5, are they going to go to 5? All that kind of stuff. So that's what's in play. Then we got on Thursday GDP out of the United States of America, which will be interesting. It's expected to be pretty okay. But what's not on this calendar, of course, is the ECB. Okay, so the ECB is making their interest rate decision on Thursday, and that's going to be a doozy, especially since, we're basically on top of U.S. GDP. And then we got the press conference after that, which is much more important. So, boy, Thursday is going to be busy, followed by Thursday night, you got the Bank of Japan interest rate decision. No, they're not going to raise interest rates, but what about this whole intervention stuff? What will they say about that? And then apparently Europe is somewhat productive, I guess. They're going to announce some sort of productivity. That'd be nice. But the UK and Europe are a mess. As you right know, we're probably minutes away from getting yet another prime minister. My thought here is in 5 years, we'll be talking, about President Xi and not whoever becomes prime minister of the UK. So Prime Minister Xi is locked in a whole bunch of power over the last week, and we're sitting around talking about a prime minister of the UK. On a global scale, dare I say, does it matter? Question mark. And that's tough, especially since, the Brits used to rule the world and have a reserve currency and everything. And now it's like, oh, Sunak got it? All right, there you go. But President Xi, I think, is more important. So we'll see. Okay. So anyways, wowzer. Welcome to the world, everybody. So Japanese yen all over the place. There's the strength. Okay. And I want you to get to know this. Now, I've talked about it until I'm blue in the face in the day trading group and the swing trading group. So here's some free bit of advice for those not in my group. The way that central banking works is when the Bank of Japan intervenes, what they want is the yen to get strong, and the way they do it is sell their dollars and buy their currency. Then you get the end of that flow, which just does that. See, the yen gets strong until the Bank of Japan stops buying yen. And that's how you get to that situation. If I go back to the yen, okay, that's how you get to this type of situation where they sold, stop selling. Okay. Season roll on by and I'm left. Okay. So that's how it works. All that is to be expected. And there's no surprise there. Okay. Now, going back to Friday's move, how do we digest all of this? Okay, pound yen dropped like a ton of bricks. Hit our line, which we developed on Thursday in the swing trading group. Yeah, when we were up here, yeah, we drew this line as a buy. I even asked the group, I said, hey, would you put a limit order? And they all said, no, I wouldn't put a limit order. Well, you could have. I'm not saying that was right. But anyways, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Okay. And now what? Okay. Well, we got to get through this range, huh? Now, you say, well, okay, first of all, we closed that gap since Friday. And then this is the candle during the Asian intervention. And you'll notice that it was almost nothing relative to the USD. This, in a sense, proves that it was the Bank of Japan selling dollars to buy yen. You're like, well, Wayne, do you happen to know how much dollars the Bank of Japan had? I don't know what the number is now, but I know, let's say a month ago, the Bank of Japan had 1.3 trillion USD. More than China. China only has 900 billion. Okay? So you can see they didn't dump the pound, but they surely dumped the US dollar because it dropped. I mean, again, this is a 5-minute candle. So while I'm coaching, having a little convo, we're at 49.85. So let's just call it 150. And 5 minutes later, we're at my entry point, 146.50. So that's 300 pips in 5 minutes. Over the next 5 minutes, it dropped from 146.50 to 145.50. So it dropped 300 pips in 1 minute, in 5 minutes. Then it dropped 100 pips in 5 minutes. Then it rose 100 pips in 5 minutes, and I bought it. Okay? But what I'm trying to say is, hey, in 10 minutes, 400 pips is legitimate, right? Well, then you look at the beast. Let's get that all straight. Why is this? Oh, yeah, because I moved it for... Okay. it's not quite 300 pips, you know. It dropped from, what do you call this, 169.50 to 168. So it dropped 150 pips. Okay. 5 trillion yen. 500 billion, take off another zero, 50 billion. And we're already at 50. So, yeah, it's only 25 billion, right, Adam, in US dollars? Doing the math in my head quickly. It's not even that much money. That's why it didn't last very long. All right, let's do gold, oil, and Bitcoin, huh? Let's go. Okay. So I was short gold before the intervention. Stopped out at break even. Okay. And why is the big question? Well, when the Bank of Japan intervened, the dollar got weak and gold is priced in dollars, so it went up. Notice it went up only during the intervention. And now that maybe the intervention's over, maybe dollar slowly gets strong again. Okay. Now, the key point in time, it's actually a key point in price. The key point in price is here. This is where the bulls and the bears are going to battle it out. It's a battle royale. Hulk Hogan, King Kong Bundy, the Iron Sheik, the British Bulldogs. Okay, they're all here. Okay, that's what a bull is thinking, but for that you need long-term US dollar weakness. A bear is thinking take it down to S1, which is just back to the bottom. Oh, Undertaker. Although that was a little bit later. I don't think you can put British Bulldog and Undertaker together at the same time. Wasn't Undertaker kind of like during The Rock, during his reign? I mean, I said King Kong Bundy. I could have been Andre the Giant, but King Kong. Yeah, there you go. Jake the Snake, for sure. Ooh, yeah. How about Savage? Superfly Snuka. Oh, yeah. Was Superfly the guy that would get you in that leg lock? George the Animal Steel. Yeah. Anywho, look at this. Hello, my name is Wayne and I love oil. I think there's going to be a shortage of everything. Except money. But there's actually even a shortage of money. There's a shortage of dollars, and that's kind of part of our problem right now. Yeah, and I think we're at a turning point now for everything. Rowdy Roddy Piper, yeah, in the kilt. Junkyard Dog, JYD, for sure. These are all guys I would cheer for. Hey, man, I'm a Canadian that grew up in the 80s. So I used to watch Stampede Wrestling. Yeah, that's way before WWF. A lot of these guys you're naming were doing that out of Calgary. So anyways, I think there's going to be a shortage of everything. I think I'm going to start transitioning my retirement accounts into nothing but commodities. I think I'll have, let's say, 50% commodities and 50% S&P 500. Just like buy the beta on one and load the boat on the other. Salado Cub, greetings, Wayne. How long does intervention last? Well, apparently last night, 10 minutes. Does that mean I'm going long on gold? It means everything, Hope. Hope, I mean everything. Palladium, platinum, gold, silver, wheat, soybeans, copper, cobalt, so on and so forth. Oil, nat gas. Okay. Oh, I didn't say right this second, but we're at a turning point. Yeah, and of course, sorghum. I mean, that's what I meant by gold. No, but there's going to be a shortage of everything. I think it comes down to either a distraction since the 2008 financial crisis or simply mismanagement of really the global economy since the 2008 financial crisis. And then you could argue, well, the 2008 financial crisis was created by imbalances created all the way back to the dot-com days. Well, yeah, okay. Something is broken. Okay? Do you understand? Something is broken. I think we can all agree. And what we're debating right now is like, is the United States in a recession? Are they going to go into a recession? All that kind of stuff. But I'm also thinking, you know, how old am I now? Almost 50. So in 25 years, I have to take my money out of my retirement account. So what do I want to be in for 25 years? How do I make money faux show? Okay, is that a fair question for everybody? Well, if I want like cobalt, copper, aluminium, you know, that kind of stuff you dig out of the ground, I would buy mining companies. Simple enough. Okay. I own Rio Tinto. I own BHP Minerals. They pay about 9 to 10% a year in dividend payments. Okay. So in about 7 or 8 years, let's say in 10 years, we'll make all the math simple because it's not compounding. I actually do compound because I reinvest it. But let's just make this point. If I buy a stock, let's say I buy $1 million worth of stock, and every year I get $100,000 in dividend payments, in 10 years, I own the stock for free. Now, of course, the company could go bankrupt, but it's a 150-year-old, 200-year-old company. Probably not. And those natural resources that are going to go in your car, remember, in 25 years from now, everyone in this chat that's still alive will be driving an electric vehicle. And they all will need copper. They will all need platinum. They will all need cobalt. So I don't think the companies that provide those resources will go out of business. And in fact, if you think cobalt prices are high now, imagine every car in the world has cobalt in it. Oh my God, right? So anyways, that's kind of what I'm thinking about, right? You see what I'm getting at? But what's a stock going to be worth if interest rates stay between 5 and 10% for the next 10 years? Are you going to have a scenario where you put money into a company like Peloton and it goes from $10 to $1,000 a share? No. Why did that stuff occur? Because money was free. Money's not going to be free for a very, very, very long time. Those days are over. That idea, that growth idea, is probably gone. I think a lot of the growth stocks, like if you go back to the dot-com days, it's because we were changing the world. Look, having a little bicycle connected to the internet so you could see other people ride their bicycles, that's not revolutionary. It's a bike with Zoom on it. Who cares? Okay? The internet changed the world. How humans interact with each other, how businesses interact with each other. It lowered the cost of everything. It was radical. A radical change in everything. Peloton wasn't worth $1,000 a share. I don't even know if they were making bikes at a profit. So why did those stocks get so overvalued? We just had, is there a polite way of saying it? I guess there probably is a polite. So I'll try to say it politely. There was too much money and unsophisticated investors. Something because it was $200 and it was $300 and it was $400 and then $500. So then they bought it because it's doing that. They bought it because it was moving. They bought it because it was going up. They bought it because somebody on TV told them to buy it. So I don't think that is coming back. So the exciting companies are going to go away. Now you might have some .com IPOs from now and then, but I think those companies are going to be required to make money. I think the unicorn is dead. The unicorn died. What do you guys think? The $1 billion company that makes no profit? Huh. YouTube's having trouble streaming, but I'm getting like 800 megabits Wi-Fi while streaming. That's weird. So I don't know what's going on YouTube. Do you understand that? Do you think we'll come back to free money? Do you think interest rates are going to go back to 0 or 1%? Do you think mortgages are going to drop to 3? What's up, JJ? Okay, so these are my thought processes. I hope you don't mind. Yeah, not in this decade, but then that means you have to change your portfolio, don't you? You're going to hear it. You're going to hear it a lot of people. Now it's time to get back into growth. I am not going to follow those leaders. You're going to hear it a lot on TV the next 6 months, especially during a rally. Okay? Okay? So you make your stand now. I want you to think about it. Cool. So, by the way, I spent a lot of time over the weekend doing research for my book. Are you going to buy my book? I'm going to price it cheap as I possibly could price it. A quality written book, quality printed book, but I'm going to do all the calculations. How much money does the publisher need? How much money does the distributor need? That kind of stuff. How does shipping get paid? And I add that up, and that's basically going to be the cost. Cool. Cool. No, I don't want to do an ebook. No. So look, every few years I need to have a goal, right? Right? Every few years I go. So I'd like, like a bucket list thing. Like there's nothing to do. The only reason you do it is either out of ego, which is fine. I have plenty of ego. I don't mind to feed the ego. But look, as they say in Buddhism, you only live forever. Everyone else dies at the end of their life. So what are you going to do during your life? I don't know what, 10 years ago I said, oh, I should go to Harvard and get a master's degree. Okay, cool. So what about the next 5 years? And I thought, it'd be cool to get on the Wall Street Journal bestsellers list because I'm in finance. And it'd be nice if Wall Street Journal said, this is a freaking great book on finance. This is it. Wall Street Journal says you should buy this. So I'm like, yeah. Now, is that the New York Times bestseller list? No. But maybe that would be the next goal. But I would have to write it. I couldn't write a book about Forex and get on the bestsellers list. You'd have to write, a general self-help book or something. I don't know. I have an idea. I know exactly what I would write for that. So this would be a practice. Can I write a book? Can I get on the Wall Street Journal list? And then I know exactly what I'd do for the other one, but we'll wait. Maybe I don't want to write books anymore. Okay. Manoj says, hey, I think we're too addicted to cheap money. Well, it's gone. That's what I'm saying. So those that are addicted are going to die. Okay. So anyways, I think it's time that WTI starts going my way. I think this is going to be the big surprise. Nat gas. I think this is going to be a big surprise. Big surprise. Okay? And I think we're getting closer and closer to the big surprise. And we're in this role reversal now. So let me just I need to leave that there. We're at this lower level, and that's epically important in my humble opinion. So for those nat gas traders, get ready, because this ain't funny. Well, I'm not addicted to cigars, coffee, and wine and bourbon. I just really enjoy them. A couple of times a week or every day. I'm not addicted though. I just really love them. I love them. It's not an addiction, though. Tell you, I'll be walking through like a county fair or something. All of a sudden I go, somebody's smoking a cigar. You can smell it from a mile away. I wonder what it is. That smells really good. But it's not an addiction. It's an appreciation. All right. So anyways, gold. Yeah, let it come down so I can buy it. Okay. Gold is different from oil. And I think maybe that's what Hope you were saying earlier, right? Hope says if you have more than 4 drinks a week, you belong on the wagon. Well, I'm honest with my doctor where they say things like, "Do you drink alcohol?" "Oh, for sure." It's like, what does that mean? Like, is that like 1 a drink a day? I'm like, no, 3. And they're like, do you smoke cigarettes? No. Do you vape? No. And they move on. But I smoke cigars like probably every other day. Oh, and they write it down. But you know what? They don't do no. I don't even know why they ask the stupid surveys. And those forms they ask you to fill out with pen and pencil, where do they take that? Where does it go? Like, it's all nonsense. No, I know. Hey, they might not be wrong, Hope, but anyways. A friend of our family, she lost her, and this is, she's an adult, a mom, married, a happy marriage and a beautiful home, 2 young kids, everything's great. And she's, pool in the backyard. She's in her early 40s, and her best friend, just the one that lived like 3 houses down, she gets cancer and dies. Leaves her 2 or 3 kids behind, leaves her husband behind. And so our friend is devastated, and a couple of years later, completely alcoholic. Kind of like wake up in the morning and pull the vodka bottle out of your, from under your bed, and first thing, on your lips. Like, tragedy. So she's now sober again, got herself back together, but whew. I'm not there yet. I like my wine, don't get me wrong. But yeah. Wowzer. Sad story, but I guess good story. She's pulled herself together. Everything's good. Good mom again. She started her own business and everything's good, and so it ended well, but man, it can hit you like a freight train. It's tough being human. Oh, thank you, Hope. I appreciate that. Yeah, Nick's a great guy, man. Nick's wonderful. So anyways, welcome, Kevin. Is there a way to avoid, so let's go to a question here. Is there a way to avoid slippage in stop losses and limit orders? Maybe an algo. Why do you have slippage in stop losses and limit orders? That doesn't sound right. Maybe you're using the wrong language. Define slippage, because the reason you use limit orders for entry or exit is so that there is no slippage. It's scheduled, so to speak. So help me understand. Because my first gut is like, you need to open an account at Trader's Way right now, because your broker shouldn't have that. There shouldn't be zero slippage. That's why you use those things. Or the only other thing is you're like, well, Wayne, I threw down a bunch of trades in the middle of Japanese, Bank of Japan intervention. And then there was slippage and wide spreads. I'm like, well, that's the market, bro. But if you're talking about just normal trading, yeah, then that's a problem. But if you want to, right? Could high frequency algos help you avoid slippage? But again, I don't know why you have slippage as a problem. Okay? Slippage isn't a problem. I don't have a problem with slippage. Okay? It shouldn't be a slippage. Slippage doesn't exist in Forex unless it's when the market is in incredible duress from an exogenous shock, including, a fundamental policy change, policy surprise, direct intervention, or an exogenous shock like a war, a terrorist attack, an assassination of great importance. So it just doesn't happen. Okay? Have you thought about automating your trades to an extent that it could be fully automated? No, what I want is I want to find 25 people in this chat that can exhibit to me that they can trade with patience and discipline the way that I teach. I'll even tell you what pairs to buy and what pairs to sell. I just need 25 people that can do it with precision. I don't want an algo to trade. That to me, that's dumb, because I see algos that trade make mistakes all the time. All the time. Stupid mistakes like place 1,000 trades. Like the computers are dumb. I would never want a computer to touch the money. I'd want you to do it. But as far as what to trade, should you be long a pair? Should you be short a pair? Should you be neutral a pair? Okay, that's what I need. A computer can do that. So I got all of this. I have this. And I'm not ready yet, but not only do I have a super secret, fundamentally based alert service coming, but I'm going to make changes to, if you know about it, my super secret, what do we call it? Proprietary trading team. We're going to make changes to that with the hopes that I can find 25 people to just do trading properly. So, yeah, I would never want an algo to do it. I want humans to do it. Lalo, I did that already. Lalo, you got me on my knees, Lalo. Okay, let's go through the dollar pairs, I guess, huh? Begging, darling, please, Lalo. Darling, won't you ease my worry heart? Do-do-do-do. Okay. All right. Let us flip it. Looks like it wants to try to be bullish. So let's try to look at it from a point of view that there's intervention in the market. So I guess we want this one. Okay. All right, let's try to figure out what a bull is doing. Okay? All right, what a bull is doing is they had a trade plan on Friday. Okay? Imagine that. On Friday, they had a plan. And the plan was this. Okay? Buy in this zone. I've labeled it bullish buying zone for your convenience. So, do we know if this is going up the rest of the day, the rest of the week? No, we don't. They don't. You don't. I don't. But they place their trade because that's what they believe is likely true. And that's that. It's done. You're like, well, now can I enter it? No, it's done. It's done. You missed it. It's done. It's over. Go home. It's done. Where were you? If you were a bull and you didn't do that, you didn't do your job. And that's that. I'll tell you why it's done. Because bears also had a plan. Bears said, okay? And they're going to say, okay? And a bear's got this planned out for the day. Boom, 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 boom. Which one's right? One of them. Maybe they're both wrong. It's the wrong question. Which one's right? Which one should I do? Those are all the wrong questions. Which one do you want to do? And why are the two questions. If you can't answer that, you should stop trading. Okay? Hope says XPS up. Yep, that makes sense. Last week was a good week. This is, remember, the time of year. Okay? This has to do with the election. So remember, in January, I said the second half of the fourth quarter, because of the political election, there's probably more up than down. Okay? That's it. You're like, what do you mean because of the election? Well, that's what it is. Because of the election. Money comes out of the market. Right now, everybody was short. So what does that mean? People remove the shorts. That's getting out of the market. Okay? Okay, imagine you got a beach ball and you're laying on top of it in the pool and it's holding you up, but you're holding it down. What happens when you kind of roll over a bit? Bloop! Pops back up. That's kind of what's going on. We also have a central bank dumping tens of billions of dollars. Now, it's not specifically, they're not buying euro, they're buying yen. But a euro priced in dollars is directly impacted by the indirect event. So there's just a repricing. I think one of the biggest winners of the next 5 years will be Australia. It's not there yet, but I'm telling you, I wouldn't be shocked. Despite this being so down, look how down this is. Okay, it's been falling since 2021. Okay? I don't know at price. I think it's going to be more to do with time than price. So I'm watching this stuff on the bottom of the chart more. But you could argue maybe we drop to 57, 56, 55. Okay, I don't know. I'm not making a declaration there. I don't think it's price related. But I wouldn't be shocked. Okay, I'm thinking ahead here, challenging you. I know you just want me to talk intervention. Dude, that was so yesterday. That was so last week. You know. But, anywho, I wouldn't be shocked if I end up buying it in the next 6 months, let's say. This turns north. Okay. And I'm a big buyer. And if not Aussie dollar, then maybe Aussie Swiss franc or Aussie yen. Okay, and we discussed this quite a bit in the swing trading group. So if you like thinking forward and not just talking about what happened yesterday, maybe you should join the swing trading group. I don't know, it's $99 a month. I got 99 problems, but a pip ain't one. Hit me. Okay? But right now, we're not in that world. Let me show you how complicated trading is. It went up to the sell zone we talked about on Thursday night, and it fell 150 pips. I know, right? Cool. Now, this is a really interesting price because what you don't know now, nobody knows this now. Like this, let me try to do this differently. This is definitely, without a doubt, a sell. That's as easy as it gets. It won't get any easier than that. Okay. But now we're at this price, and I'll mark it this way, where it's really 50-50. Something fundamentally might have changed with the dollar, meaning maybe the Bank of Japan is dumping it. Maybe it's a seasonality thing. See, every year, this time of year, dollar weakens. Maybe it just weakens because it's supposed to weaken. Okay? Whatever. Dude, here's what I'm telling you. If you know how to trade, you sold that already. And you're hoping for a lower low because that would be a continuation of trend. And you like continuity. Awesome. Love it. Great. It may not work. If it fails, it's going to fail at this price. And we're going to go up to the 55. Okay? Future 55 is probably the R1 for November. Is it the election coming up? Maybe. I talked about that in January where the dollar could weaken. Is it seasonality? Well, I talked about that in January where the dollar usually weakens. Is this a China opening play? Could be. We talked about that in January. Is it the intervention where dollar weakness is created by a central bank? Or even more interesting is if a group of central banks all started to drop the dollar at the same time. Well, you know what? We talked about that about 2 or 3 months ago. So that would create up for all of these things. So what has been happening is down. What might occur in the near future is up. And I say to you, the value creation of your small business. How does your Forex trading business make money? Well, it creates value. So what's your value? You know which one you believe is more likely to be true. And if you're wrong, you very quickly stop being wrong. Whoop. That is much more interesting to me than the intervention. The intervention is like one and done. Okay. Oh, look, I got knocked out. Good. I locked in 250 pips and now I'm out. Yay, me. 333 pips down, 250 pips up. It's not bad. Boom. Now what? Now move on to like the adult work. And I don't mean taking off your clothes. I mean going back to doing your technical and fundamental analysis and trading with rationality, slotting through everything so that you can accurately predict the future every single day. Boring stuff. Huh? Trading should be boring. If you're not bored by your trading, then you're doing something wrong. If you're doing it right and you're bored, it's like counting stacks of gold coins. It's just boring. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to leave you at that. I have a periodontist that wants to, make me cry. And I got to get that done now so that I'm available at 4 o'clock for the day trading group. So I got to go. Hey, thank you for being part of the community. You're good people. I like you. Good questions. Make sure if you're new, please subscribe. Okay, I hope you did well during intervention, but remember, it's sort of fool's gold. It's a trick. It's a kind of a dog and pony show for the audience. There's nothing really cool about it. It happens ever so often, but not very often. It's meaningless to your long-term career. And for those that don't know how to trade it, they either reinforced all their bad habits or they lost money. Okay? Am I going to Money Show? No, I stopped doing all those shows many years ago. Will I start doing them again? I don't know. I never really did Money Show. I always did Traders Expo. I did the Forex Trading Expo. So I do the New York one, Vegas one. So all that. But the Money Show is a little bit different. Also, I had a meeting with the leadership of that group. I had spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years that I worked with them. But I also knew some of my competitors were getting the same kind of stuff for free. So I sat down with the leadership and I said, look, I've done everything I can to show that I support your projects. Okay? But I know you're giving my competitors stuff for free. I said, I'll tell you, there's a big difference. I tell you, and I'm right across the table having a meeting. And I say, I actually care about my clients. This isn't about a business. I'm not trying to, start an empire and build a community and do all this. Look, I'm honestly just trying to help. Most of the time, I'm not even asking for money when I come to the show. I just give them the raw truth and people appreciate it. And that's why, all those people come to my events when I show up. But I'm like, but I know you give this guy and those guys free stuff. I'm like, give me a fair shot. Give me a fair shot too. And their answer, and I'm almost crying. I have to admit, I get there and we have this conversation. I'm emotional enough where I'm like, look, you can hear it in my voice. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to have a positive impact. I'm just trying to share a message of truth and honesty. I'm trying to make a positive difference. This isn't about money. But I've spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm like, would you please give me a break? Because these other guys, which are brilliant marketers, right? You're giving them stuff for free. And then they go out and make a bunch of money. And the answer basically was no. So I never worked with them again. That's that. Now, of course, around the same time, I also had young kids. And I'm like, great. So if they don't want me, they don't want me. And so I just stayed home with the kids. Simple enough. Cool. So I have nothing against them, but I have nothing for them. Oh! All right. I guess I will see you at 4 if you're in my day trading group. For everybody else, I'll see you in the morning. This is an important week. There's lots of important news. Okay, stay on your toes. Be the best trader you can be. And, of course, number 1 rule, don't do something stupid and get yourself killed. Cheers.